ethos.
Purpose of my life is to be a connecting superhero for every visionary, abundance, investment mindset entrepreneur and share their stories with the world.
Welcome to the Creative Coach Cast. I'm Paul Goldsmith, an entrepreneur and creative coach on the show committed to helping you transform your creative ideas into a reality. Justin Breen, welcome to the Creative Coach Cast. You were a journalist for 20 years and decided to switch it up and become a founder of BrEpic, a PR agency. And the funny thing is, I ran into you through strategic coach circles, but I heard you say PR people annoyed you when you were a journalist, so you decided to become one. What's up with that?
Well, the formula for creating a successful global company is you see a problem, create solution, problem solve, successful global company. So my brain takes all this complexity and immediately simplifies. And then my top three strength finders are activate, maximize, achieve. So I was a journalist for 20 years and created my entire business model based on how PR firms annoyed me for 20 years. So solve problem, created solution, problem solve, successful global company. Doesn't matter where the person's located, what they do, how big the company is, that's all meaningless. They just say the same thing. We're tired of being the best secret. We created this new thing. We want to be in more news, more media at a high level. And my company, my brain immediately solves that problem. Simplify, intro, result. Endlessly fun.
You make it sound easy.
In terms of connecting people on a global level and getting people in news at a global level, easy, simple. And I'm 100% simplifier. So I take all these genius folks that are kind of all over the place, and then I simplify their message and activate it to the world.
Problem solved. What took you 20 years to make the leap?
So I was going to be a journalist my whole life and got my job salary cut in half, couldn't find a job. So I was working full time at half the salary, and over 6 weeks, reached out to 5,000 people to find my first 5 clients. So 1 out of 1,000 said yes, got the 5th client, signed for my job the next day. And then Robert Feeder, he's the top media columnist in the Midwest, did a story. I started my own firm. So that was February 10th, 2017 to June 5th, 2017. I always meant to be this person. I just didn't know it until my job salary was cut in half.
Kudos to you for actually stepping out there. You got your first 5 clients and you have a few more than 5 now. How's it going? You're 4 years in.
So last year, 2020 was record profit. So it's mid-August now, just passed it this week, last year's record this week. So I'm like, oh, okay, how did that happen? I'll simplify it for myself. And there's 5 things. 1, I married my wife. 2, being part of Strategic Coach 10X and Abundance 360 Summit, 2 of the top entrepreneurial groups in the world. 3, embracing new technology quickly. When COVID happened, there was just, okay, let's get on Zoom. Let's go. Thinking globally. I name my years. One of my friends, former client Joe Martin, he names his years. So 2020, every day was global growth. This year's no limits. When you have no limits, there are no limits. And so clients around the world, global growth. And 5, raising rates exponentially. So this year, double rates again. And all that does is weed out people that make excuses and attracts people that'll make the investment.
I stayed at a bed and breakfast. Yeah. It's called Tuscany in Tennessee. Highly recommend. You should check it out. They said, we can't keep up with demand. We have so much interest in our business. We're having to turn people away. I said, well, it's time to raise your prices. I saw them a year later, a couple of weeks ago, and they're like, we took your advice, we raised our prices, and we still can't fill the demand. I said, guess what? You need to raise your prices again.
Raise them again or create another hotel.
Absolutely right. At the end of the day, if you're meeting people's needs, you will find your clientele. In my experience, the lowest paying clients are the highest maintenance.
Less people pay you, the more problems they cause.
2 groups that you're a part of that has been transformational for you. Strategic Coach that I'm also a part of. And then the other Abundance 360. I've not had the pleasure of attending that yet. So unpack it for me. What difference has Abundance 360? What's that about?
At the level I'm at, 99% of the folks are running $10 million to $10 billion companies. They're the wow that actually happens, the wow that's going to happen with the capital to make it happen. 30 to 40% of the folks in A360, from what I've seen, are in Strategic Coach, but most of the folks in Abundance 360 at the level I'm at, they're futuristic, obviously, with ideation, and then they have like activator, maximizer, achiever built into that. They're like living in the future with all these ideas, and then they will do what it takes to make it happen. And my brain, very low on ideation, almost dead last, and very low in futuristic. But I'm activator, maximizer, achiever. So I can take all their complexity, all their ideas, all their future, simplify it for humans, can take their MIT Harvard brain, simplify it for humans and media, and then boom, purpose of my life is to be a connecting superhero for every visionary, abundance, investment mindset entrepreneur and share their stories with the world. And so I can help them change the world by sharing their stories with the world. It's just incredible collaboration.
And the key there is collaboration. You also mentioned you're married, and that is the most important person in your life. You've got a couple kids. How has this whole entrepreneurial mindset changed you with your family?
I mean, everything. That's number one. So the best part about being an entrepreneur is I get to show my kids that this life is even possible. Like most people have no idea. And I'm not talking small business, brick and mortar stuff, which is fine, by the way. I'm talking about highest level of thinking with the most successful people. And now my kids can just, they're going along this ride with me, and then they'll do whatever they want with that, which is very exciting to me.
That's awesome. So what are you most excited about now? What's next for you?
Oh, certainly the new company, launch party is September 10th and at the Chicago Yacht Club. And it's going to be a room full of top entrepreneurs from around the world.
What's it called? and yeah, what is the value proposition there? What are you hoping to accomplish with this social networking platform?
So it's high price point, invite only connectivity platform. And so people don't want to spend 4 or 5 years building a relationship. They want the result. Entrepreneurs at that, they just want the intro. They want the connection. So first company's BrEpic, new one's BrEpic Network. Pretty simple.
BrEpic Network, keep it simple, man. I love it. So somebody listening that, just doesn't know where to get started, they're in a job that isn't fulfilling, that it might pay the bills. What is the first step they should take?
Well, the number one thing is if you do think you're someone like this, is what is my mindset right now? Where's my mindset? Because if you have the right mindset, it attracts the right network and creates the right opportunities. Right mindset leads the right network, it's the right opportunities. That's it.
On that note, as a dad, I'm wondering, I believe, our kids are going to have jobs that don't exist yet. The number one thing that people ask most kids, what do you want to do when you grow up? Well, it doesn't exist yet. So what do you ask your boys?
Are you a simplifier or a multiplier?
So it's how they work.
Are they going to do something, or are they going to overthink it for 40 years and never actually make a decision?
Enneagram gets at this as well, but Kolbe is much clearer as far as it's not about your intelligence or your personality. It's about how you instinctively take action. And the quicker you can learn your underlying motivations and those around you, like your spouse, that you can relate to another person. This is incredible. So where can people find you?
Yeah, so I'm creating LinkedIn without the BS. You can find me on LinkedIn, Justin Breen on LinkedIn. And then the company's called BrEpic. But yeah, BrEpicLLC.com. Very, very thankful for this interview, man. You love how you think. Love it.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Coach Cast. I hope this has been beneficial. And if you like it, please review it and rate it. That way others can find it. And we'll talk to you next time.